I beat Elden Ring last year, and ever since then, I've done nothing but think about this game. It recently resurged into my head when I saw a TikTok video. That video made me want to replay Elden Ring again, and further cemented my thoughts on why it's my favorite video game ever made. The intro to Elden Ring is beautiful. You get a nice cinematic about the game's lore and how the Elden Ring was shattered. This sets a tone for the world very well. It throws a bunch of names that you'll soon be familiar with, whether it be friendly or foe. The game gives you a nice quote that states, "Cross the fog to the lands between, to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord." This is your goal throughout the entire game, and whether you decide to follow that goal or not is up to you and the decisions you make through amazing quest design that forces you to be observant and listen to what the NPCs are saying and doing. If you've played other Souls games, then the gameplay will be familiar, and I absolutely love it. It combines the best from the previous games and turns it into an awesome experience. The gear system is refined, and I enjoyed the poise mechanic they took from Sekiro. I think it really fits into a classic Souls experience. Something I also thought fit was the jump. When I saw this before launch, I didn't think it would feel good. I thought it would be clunky. I thought it would just feel weird in like a Dark Souls type experience. But I can't imagine playing another FromSoft game without it. It's going to be hard to go back to previous games now. The leveling system is mostly similar to previous FromSoft games with smaller changes. The Ashes of War are also an addition that gives your weapons and items skills to use. These are great. It incentivizes you to choose from what works best for each weapon type. The summons are a great addition, since it gives you the ability to distract the boss while you even heal, or maybe have them tank a boss. It's truly a mechanic with freedom to do whatever you want with it. The OST in this game is amazing, one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a video game. The intro track alone gets me super hyped every time I hear it. I mean, just listen to it. The composers did such an amazing job. It still blows my mind how good that intro track is. I love how the music is ambient in the open world. No big boss tracks or anything, just, gentle, calm music for exploring. It truly makes the world feel uneasy, lonely, and dreadful. It further cements why you need to change the world as Elden Lord. Torrent is a great addition to this FromSoft game. He is your trusty steed in this fractured land. He can jump, which is very useful for traversal, and increases your movement speed by a lot, making it easier to get around. I love the dungeons and various sections that you can explore. Coming across them feels rewarding because you know you're going to get an amazing item or spell at the end. No minimap makes you check every nook and cranny of this world, thinking you might find a dungeon, cave, or a mine that you can clear out for some goodies. I absolutely love the non-hand-holding this game does that incentivizes you to be creative and use the game world to make sense of these optional areas. This game is so big that for my second playthrough, I found areas and unlocked achievements I didn't even know existed. It truly is a one-of-a-kind game that I don't think can be replicated by anybody else. I cannot tell you how long I spent in each of these legacy dungeons. Stormvale Castle alone took me around 10 hours my first time through. I had to make sure I got everything and found every single hidden path, every shortcut, every item, and every hidden room that dungeon had to offer. They're similar to how older Souls games works. It's a linear multiplayer, dense, complex dungeon with tons of rewards. I think my favorite was Haligtree, the one with Millennia. I just love jumping around the trees and fighting those insanely hard shield enemies near the end. The story of Elden Ring is the last subject I want to touch up on this review. It isn't as straightforward as their previous game, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, but it's way easier to follow than Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Most of the exposition for the story that you need to understand is given to you at the beginning of the game, and by characters you'll naturally find as you explore the world. It's a good telling of reshaping a world in your vision, something I haven't seen from a video game since Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, which is also one of my favorite video games ever made. In conclusion, Elden Ring is a vast, diverse, fun action RPG that gives the players ultimate freedom to build, be, and do whatever they want. I'm giving it my personal rating of 10 out of 10, a near flawless work of art in my opinion.